This bike here's been a while. I wonder what happened to the wheels, the back wheel. Imagine being in a position where you're incredibly depressed, no energy at all, and yet nobody understands the position you're in, and life is screaming in your ear. You better go make money and get a grip, or you're and a lot of times it's the truth. You are if you don't do it. That's kind of just how the world we live in. And I'll tell you what, being in this type of position, it is near impossible to organize it in your head, it feels like, in a way where you can tell yourself for sure that life is still worth going on with. I get what that feels like because I was in that situation where nobody understood and life was fucking me over. I understand that because I sat in that situation for many years. Life in our brain in that situation wants to convince us as hard as we can, as hard as that we are screwed in that situation, and there is no logical way out of that situation. You're just screwed. Now that is a delusion and not the truth, yes, but it still has some truth to it. Life is that hard. Life is like that because money and the world revolves on money, unfortunately. But here's the catch about that. It's not actually that black and white. There is more complexity to it, and it isn't impossible to escape that situation. After all, I'm here. I escaped it. Now I'm doing fine. Like, how did I do that? How is that even possible? There's always safe routes out of complicated, complex situations. There always is. It's just that it takes a little bit of thinking and a little bit of understanding your situation. So yes, people aren't going to get you in life a lot. A lot of people aren't going to get you, especially when you're in such a deep suffering. You know, it's literally impossible for someone not to understand you, unless they're in your situation as well. But a lot of us, it's not just that. It's just like a lot of us feel like, and it's the truth, a lot of, we could use more support in our lives. Sometimes even our own family will go what it feels like against our own back. But, a lot of the times it's, yeah, they're in the wrong, but, they thought they were doing the right. A lot of times they just think that they're doing the right thing. And if they're not, it's also a lot of the times they just don't get it. They think you're doing fine. You think, some people will want to tell themselves, just something like you're faking it. But you know what? At the end of the day, just another part of life you gotta accept. And again, there's always safe routes to escape these situations. Not everyone is going to get you in life. That's not how it's supposed to be, because there's so much complexity to stuff like the mind and how truly good and bad things can be. A lot of us think in black and white terms, especially the ones that don't go through much the hardest part of lives. A lot of those type of people get sucked into the delusion that since they're doing so well, everyone else is. But it gets so much complex than that, on both sides. And yeah, the point I'm trying to make is, yeah, there's 2 points I'm trying to make with this. Number one, your emotions and your feelings are completely valid, no matter what idiot wants to tell you otherwise. You're valid, your pain is valid, and you are going through a hard time. And I'm here to recognize that if no one else. At the end of the day, there's really two solutions to this not being understood on that level. It's number one, working on yourself, and number two, just dropping it and accepting the fact that people won't accept. Not everyone is going to understand or accept you. Life is full of haters. Life is full of shitty people, and it'd be nice if life didn't have those type of people in existence. But it's just one of the points in our contract of being alive. Kind of just think of it like that. Think of it as a neutral standpoint rather than negative. Here's the thing about it is you guys are gonna want to understand that I just gave you the two routes of that situation, and those are only like the realistic. Those are the most realistic routes. There are bad routes to this situation that you can take, and that one mainly being tracing understanding, trying your best to make that person in your life understand how bad you have it and how shitty they're acting towards you. But you know what? Chasing understanding, it's both exhausting and almost always going to be a failure. Ego is an extremely powerful thing, and if someone isn't mature enough to face with to be connected to their ego, they're just going to immediately believe whatever they want to believe, no matter how false it is. Kind of think of it like flat earthers. It's obviously that they're wrong, but they refuse anyways to believe anything else. Chasing that understanding is just, again, it just takes so much energy, and that energy could be used towards actions in your life, like improving the way you think and working on your goals. You could sit there and ramble all day to someone about your insane ambitions and get all the fucking dopamine you want out of that, but I ain't gonna do anything. It's just gonna keep you stuck, more or less, because you're getting the satisfaction out of talking about your goals, and that just stripped away all the energy towards you wanting to put it towards it. So at the end of the day, don't tell anyone about your ambitions. Don't be forward with your ambitions in life. Just go out there and go chase it. Just dive into it and don't look back. You could speak a million words about the actions that you want to do, but even doing that action for 30 seconds means more than the words. It's the only way you're going to get anything done, really. It's with action. Also, know that letting go of people's misunderstandings about you, here's the thing, it causes so much stress and so much pain. People just don't understand you, and you can't convince them to understand you, even if they're really close. It's I'm not denying it. It's an ungodly, unpleasant feeling. It's miserable. Yes, it is miserable, but you know what? Can't convince them, go prove it to them. That's another way you could phrase it in your mind. Go out and prove it that you have it within you to absolutely destroy their expectations of you, because you are him or her. You are that person that can make change in your life and make enough change in your life where you can do 100 lives of change if you have that potential. My phone's overheating, so I better make this fast. But yeah, people are not going to understand you in life. There's always going to be those people, and we all have some level of misunderstanding towards our own selves. No one can truly get you in life unless they were in your own shoes. And there's people in life that just don't want to understand your situation in the first place. So go out there and prove them wrong. But besides that, I really appreciate you guys watching, as always. Really do. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a great rest of your day.